Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Is it Sunday? I'm totally lost with what day of the week it is again.
It's
I was
Sunday.
talking to my mom earlier today, and I'm like, what day is it today? And then she goes, yeah, it's Sunday. And she did the same thing this weekend. She thought Friday was on Saturday. She thought it was Friday. And she's like, it's Saturday today. I'm like, that's what happens eventually, right? So good evening, everybody. We are so excited to have you guys here with at our Sunday night chat. It is day 56 of Fall Kickstart. And tonight we're going to be talking about pushing your limits, but then also celebrating the great breakthroughs. Because I think what a lot of times what happens is we push, but we don't actually stop and actually recognize what we've actually accomplished or achieved. And I think we need to really take the moments where something has actually clicked and something has shifted in our mind or in our way of doing things and move with that, right? And then we also want to make sure that we're always going to move with that going forward.
Before we dive into anything tonight, though, we're going to remind you guys that we're playing our hydration game. Every time we either either one of us takes a sip of water or we say the word corn, he must take a sip of water too.
And for those of you who are questioning why corn, okay, because I think that's a lot of people are like, why the word corn of all words? Back in the day, this was like, oh my goodness, 6 years ago now, I want to say at least, when Nick and I would do our Sunday night chats, when Nick and I were doing like any type of live events, a way to keep us hydrated was drinking water, right? And we came up with the word corn because we had corn for every single meal we ate. We don't eat as much corn as we used to. We still do, but it was like if we were sad when we did not have corn. Yes, I'm saying corn quite a bit, aren't I?
You guys are
But
pouring your water.
so that is why we brought that back. We thought it was a fun way of doing something, and
Getting our water.
nostalgia,
Yeah, getting
and
our
then
water.
being hydrated at the same time.
Exactly. And while you're here with us live, feel free to open your dashboard and submit today's tracker. So always take your Sundays. This is the day to go back on the dashboard, go check your dates that you're missing, and submit them for the month of November. We're at 63 Diamond members.
We're totally 63 diamond members right now for November so far. That's fantastic, absolutely amazing. The consistency that you guys have actually been have created for yourself is just incredible. But if you haven't submitted it, you still can do so. Again, always remember you can always go back, which is absolutely fantastic. And with all the new upgrades that Nick has done, if you haven't been able to catch up, I'm sure if you ask him to catch up for you, he would be more than happy to do that.
You will catch up
You will catch up.
in December.
And then mustard, ketchup, mustard, relish, mayo, all of the condiments.
And don't forget that our Kickstart 2026 winter books are already available. So if you want to make sure that you get your new books, they are now on the dashboard or available on their website, jeanluc.com/books. Registration for Kickstart Winter's also started. We're at 141 people registered now. So remember, there's only a limited amount of spots. So if you have not registered yet, and you want to join us in January, make sure you do it as soon as possible to secure your spot.
So always keep that in mind that it is going to be a first come, first serve.
Yeah.
The reason why we're doing this is, however, those of you who are diamond members, and if you were diamond members and just things happen where you weren't able to register, you'll always be able to be part of it, even if we are above the 500 mark, because we want to make sure that our diamond members, those of you who are consistently doing this and are recognized, I don't want to even say rewarded in a certain way, but recognized in a different way, because we get it. Things happen, life changes. We all can't always be 100% because it doesn't exist. So it's okay if you miss a week or forget or miss a month even. It's
Exactly.
always about coming back.
Exactly. So make sure you submit your trackers and we'll keep running the numbers. We have a lot of trips coming up in the next year. So we have a lot of events at Rustic Mama. We have some Kickstart retreats happening. We have our trip to Iceland. That's still our Iceland cruise in the summer. That's still, if you were interested in going to Iceland, please join us going there.
I think there's a room available in Ireland too right now, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought she said it was.
Is it booked? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
It doesn't matter. But if you're still interested, just reach out. We'll be more than happy to provide you with the information you need. But let's go ahead and talk about our topic tonight. Okay, we're going to talk about that whole. We talked about pushing yourself. Like
Last Sunday.
last week. But now, after you've pushed yourself, what do you do to celebrate?
Yeah.
Because a lot of times we think these little pushes that we do don't deserve the recognition. Okay. And we actually want to hear about your breakthroughs, either big or small, because guess what? A breakthrough is a breakthrough no matter what. And a breakthrough does not physically need to be like something that you could see or tangible. It's something that you notice within yourself.
And we assigned you guys a homework last week. We had said to look at something that you guys can focus on this week, something that you can push yourself, a little out of your comfort zone and something that you're doing right now. So we want you guys that for those of you who did do the homework this week, who participated, to share in chat your experience this week on focusing or trying something above and beyond or refocusing on something. So if you can write that in chat, we can talk about it with all of you. And maybe it was something, not even something you knew you did. Maybe it was just something you pushed through that's been hard for you to. I know that some of you have been mentioning that. I've been struggling with one commitment. One of my commitments I've not been able to really focus on this fall. And so my breakthrough or my focus is we try to see if I can actually complete this commitment for the week. So make sure. So if again, please write in chat or just write in chat. Let
If
us know if you guys did any new things this week and let us know how you felt about it.
I want you to think about this a little bit differently again, because we talked about breakthrough, and breakthrough seems to be such a really big word, right? Where you're like, oh my God, did I really have a breakthrough? Change it even to an aha moment. An aha moment where all of a sudden you're doing something and you went, ah, oh wow, I never used to do it this way. Oh wow, look at how far I've come, right? So having those aha moments are so important throughout the entire journey. An aha moment doesn't need to be a, oh my God, I'm incredible. I've done the best. No, an aha moment can be, wow, I was really struggling with this and I still am struggling with it, but I think I have a solution now. That is a breakthrough, everybody.
Mhm.
That is an actual breakthrough. A breakthrough doesn't mean the what you've accomplished is going to be the complete end result that you want, but it's getting yourself one step closer to achieve what you want.
So for those of you who now posted, I'm going to read through some of these added things that you guys have done this week and what you guys pushed yourself through this week. Now I want you to write to you guys in chat. What do you do to reward yourself right now when you achieve something or this week when you completed this specific task? How did you reward yourself? So I want to chat for you guys to note that now. How have you been rewarding yourself when you achieve something?
Or
Okay.
did you? Did you even do it? Did you recognize that breakthrough?
So we have a few things. So in chat, we have Danielle said she increased her protein this week.
Wow.
She's down 43 pounds since June. So
My goodness,
Danielle's
Danielle,
doing
that's fantastic.
amazing. We have Doreen. Doreen was talking actually about recognition, and she actually likes the receiving the emails after she tracks her commitments. So
Hey,
the automated email that you all receive in your inbox after you track, she actually loves that. She loves the recognition. So that's great. I love that. Carmen said she pushed herself by changing her language from "I have to exercise" to "I get to exercise,"
mm,
which is something sometimes we have to remember because we forget. We take for
yeah.
granted we can walk.
We as human beings take so much for granted. We don't even realize it, right? We do not realize how much we take for granted. And taking those moments of appreciation, those moments of gratitude, those moments of breakthrough recognition are extremely helpful throughout this journey we call life.
And then Linda said she spent some more time on her treadmill and eating to help her reach her daily goal of 10,000 steps. So that's amazing. Donna said that the heater was broken at a fitness pool, so she went to the gym and did 30 minutes on a treadmill and did some weight machines.
What?
So these are all great things that you did to break through, a challenge for the week, which is great. It's great that you guys have uh, found a way to push yourself. And this is not something you have to do just this week. It's something you could do and take the same challenge every week. It doesn't mean that because we pushed you guys last week to push yourself in one area, doesn't mean you can't try this on yourself every week. What if every week you set yourself one triumph that you want to achieve, one thing that you want to set yourself to say, I'm going to push myself this week to work on commitment number 2.
Yep.
And that's what I'm going to focus on this week. That's the one I'm going to do because you know what? I'm struggling with that one. And I just want to focus on that one this week. And you try it. And the
And we're
following
not
week,
saying ignore all the other ones,
no,
but put focus on one
more
of
emphasis.
yeah,
More
more
emphasis.
emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Yeah, and more emphasis. And then Juliet said she's not going to focus that she didn't do the climb in 30 minutes. She will focus that she did it again. Exactly. It's
Exactly.
about celebrating the things you can do, not what you can't do.
So let's
Um,
look at it a little bit different now. So how do you know when you're actually holding back versus when you need to rest? Do you guys actually are you able to recognize that? It's tough. I don't always recognize it. I think that's one of the hardest things. I'm going to repeat that question again. Do you guys actually recognize when you're holding back because you know you're struggling with something, or you're holding back because you actually need to rest? That's it's a very challenging thing to do, but guess what? It's something that you learn within throughout time. You know when your body needs the rest. You know when you're making excuses, right? But isn't there a thin line between the two when you think about it? There's an absolute thin line.
Because we often start by making excuses,
Uh-huh.
and then those eventually become, your norm. Those excuses of, "Oh, I don't feel like it," or, "I don't want to do this," and
It's that story we tell ourselves all the time,
yeah,
right? It's the story that we created. What do we say? A lot of the thoughts in our heads are not factual, right?
it's a
We don't.
story you're telling
They're
yourself.
stories that we create in our minds. And guess what, everybody? They're interpretations of actual facts a lot of times. So it's how we want to hear things sometimes is what we retain in our brain, but what the actual person said or what we actually did ourselves is not exactly how it is. Because you can never go back in time unless there's an actual physical recording to physically know or see. But when you start recognizing these little things, these little breakthroughs, as far as holding back versus needing rest, you might be able to change that, right? You might be able to make an adaptation to your commitment or to whatever you're trying to achieve in order to be more accountable to it.
Here's another question for you guys that can make you guys think. What are you proud so far this season? We started Kickstarter on September 22nd. It's been 56 days. Is that what we said? Today's day 56.
56,
We've
yeah.
tracked 55 days. Some of you 56. Some of you submitted your trackers for today.
I'm behind.
I'm behind too. I'm gold right
Totally
now.
behind right now.
No, I'm behind. I'm not a diamond at the moment. So if you're not, hey, even the owners of Kickstart are diamond. It happens to all of us. But what are you proud of yourself so far this season? What's something you've achieved? Maybe a commitment that you've been able to. You surprise yourself because hey, commitment number 5. I thought I was going to struggle with, and guess what? I've been doing it every single day. What else? What have you guys seen that you guys have done? So for me, uh, my what I am proud of is that we're still here. This is the first year Jean-Luc and I, when we were doing P3, we were there because we had to. I forced myself. And sometimes you guys saw in the fall, I would disappear sometimes from sessions. He would be the only one doing them because I would just be gone for a week or something. And sometimes I was literally sick with a cold, but sometimes it was my depression hitting me. So different things were happening to me. And so the fact that I'm still here on November 16th and I've still not had my depression hit me. I've still not had my seasonal, the fact that it's dark outside affect me. That's what I'm proud of so far this season. So, what are you proud of so far this season? What's the thing? And I want to see every single one of you in chat. Everybody, there's 28 people here in chat and Zoom, and there's 22 people watching on Facebook. So, write down in chat, what are you proud of this season? It doesn't have to be something major.
It doesn't have to be a commitment, even. It could be absolutely anything that you are proud of. Because when you recognize those things that you are proud of, they infiltrate other aspects of your life, right? Breakthroughs in one thing could actually lead to multiple breakthroughs in several things in your life.
So Marianne said she was sore yesterday after doing her first craft show, and she went to the beach anyways because she loves being near water. So she's thankful she was able to see the beautiful sunset.
I love that.
That's an amazing achievement for the week.
And that's a great breakthrough as well, because guess what? You could have made the excuse and not gone to the beach, but you still went. So you broke through that thought of, oh, I'm so tired. That whole idea of rest, or am I making an excuse, right? So love that. Good job.
And Bonnie said she's proud of quitting dieting. She says so on Facebook. Anne Marie is proud of being accountable. We have Suzanne. She's proud of herself that she's been submitting her tracker again since November 1st. Yes, congratulations
Go,
on
Suzanne.
that, Suzanne. I have noticed. We see every email, everybody. We see every tracker that comes in. We get an email. So if I'm having dinner at a restaurant, I'll hear ding, ding, and I'll feel it in my arm. So I know when you guys are tracking. And so when I get a lot of dings, like, oh, people are really tracking today. Like right now, I'm getting ding constantly because I know you guys are catching up on your trackers right now. So I'm getting ding, and I love that sound because that's to us means You guys are doing what you need to do. So I'm so proud that that's one of your commitments. You are one of the things you're proud of so far for Kickstart, Suzanne.
You know what we love about it though? It's not that you need to do it. We're proud that you guys feel like you want to do it.
Mhm.
That is a huge difference, right? Right there is the fact that you guys will want to do this makes us feel great. I love this. Carmen here says she's proud that some of her 10 commitments have become habits. And she's actually entering a lower decade on the scale, which is absolutely phenomenal.
We have Devin, who's just she's proud to be here with her Kickstart family, which is great. Doreen's proud of tracking her food and prepping every weekend. So all of you guys, everybody should clap after each one we say. Woo-hoo.
Look at Linda here. Linda said, I'm proud that I've joined Kickstart, albeit I'll be out of the country until the first week of October. She was out of the country until the first week of October, but stayed committed to the process. That's huge. That is huge to say, guess what? I'm still going to do this because it's not about being perfect. It's about being committed.
Well, that's why we also
Right?
made the change of you guys having your trackers catch up.
Mhm.
That was one of the biggest reasons because we felt that people couldn't join at any time. It was a really daunting experience if you joined like now and had to catch up for 56 days of trackers. And so we made this simpler for all of you because we felt that, someone might want to join midway because they're struggling and they couldn't join at the beginning. So that's why we changed how that all works.
There should never be a beginning.
We're all here.
There's always a start and finish to something, right? There's always a beginning and an end, but you should be able to start whenever because it's a start,
Exactly.
right? A start doesn't need to have a specific date to it. So
Dee says she's proud that she's keeping going and tracking.
yeah, Lynn is saying she's just happy that she's still not giving up and sticking around even when she's struggling.
Danielle says she's proud that she's walking at least 2 miles every day.
Wow. And Allison here, she says, made it to November 16th. A lot of changes, new at work and steps to working on new commitments. More effort I have been making with tracking. That's amazing.
So these are all things that you should be proud of. What are you proud of?
Again, you know what my two things I'm proud of, which honestly is shocking.
2 things?
Yeah, there's two things.
Not
I'm
2
extreme.
things.
No, not two things. Two things. Not two things. Two things. My meal plan, my actual meal plan, and
I love it too. I'm like, oh my god, we're having this week! Yay!
you know what? But you know what I think it was that my breakthrough when it came to that is
You don't have to do it.
if you write it on a piece of paper, you can cross it off and change it if you don't feel
Oh
like
my
eating that.
god,
Like
honey!
honestly, but in my mind, I know isn't that silly though? Is that silly that we put in these parameters in our brains and we think, oh well, if I write it down, I have to do it. If I don't do it that way, it's gonna be wrong. But no, you can still do something and change it and still be okay. I think a lot of times we put so much pressure on ourselves that if we don't achieve, if we don't achieve the right answer the way somebody wanted it, then we're doing it wrong. But we're all different and we all do things in our own unique way. So if we're still getting to point B from point A, but we've taken a few strides different, there's no, it's not wrong. It's not wrong. It might take me 5 different steps to do something while it only takes Nick 3. Is he better than me because of that? Nope. I know he thinks he is,
Yeah.
but he's not. He's not. He might have made a mistake in those 3 steps. Still got to the right answer, but maybe there was an error. I might have been more meticulous and got the 3 steps, the 5 steps
More
in.
meticulous.
Ridiculous. But I love how you're supposed to be supporting me. Bye. Yay, my breakthroughs.
It's a great breakthrough. I love it.
That's what you call love, eh? He's like, I'm supporting you guys, but me, you suck.
I didn't say anything about that. Those words never came out of my mouth. You're putting words in my mouth there. But one of the questions I want to ask everybody now. So for those of you who wrote down in chat what you're proud of, and then we read it out loud and told you, how do you feel right now? How do you feel about, not just someone saying it, how do you feel about writing it down in chat? Do you feel somehow lifted? Do you feel someone all of a sudden like, wow, I did do something this week that you didn't even think of before we sat down tonight?
Why is it that we struggle recognizing our own breakthroughs and being proud of ourselves?
Why do we always have to minimize our successes? I see a lot of people still using some vocabulary words we don't like. I only did, for example, if you're doing the daily fitness challenge, many times I'm looking at the comments and I see, I only did 2 squats today but you did 2. I don't care if you do 64, 22, 10, 1, 0. As long as you're doing something, that's all that matters, right? And I think that's the thing is we minimize our
Yeah.
successes.
It's
We
never good
it's
enough.
never good
It's
enough.
never good
We
enough.
always say like, "Oh, I did this, but somebody else has done it better, so I'll minimize what I've done because I don't wanna sound too gloaty, goaty, gloaty." You don't wanna be too you wanna gloat too much, right? So you don't say anything because you're like, "I don't wanna say that I did well because then people will think I'm so egotistical or I'm so into myself,"
I
right?
think, somewhat has to do with just today's culture, because of what social media has brought in and everything like that. And yes, it is important to still celebrate your wins. And guess what? There's gonna be people that aren't gonna like it no matter what. But you're never gonna make everybody happy. But guess what? If you feel great and you feel good about what you're doing, that's all that matters.
Exactly, and I know
That's all
all of you
that matters.
guys here are doing your best every day, and I think that's what we wanna this whole chat this last week about, talking about breakthroughs and pushing yourself and celebrating them, it's all about because we don't celebrate ourselves.
Yeah.
It's very hard as humans, we don't give ourselves the kudos we deserve. We expect others to give those kudos, and then when we don't get them, we get mad and we start getting down on ourselves saying, "Maybe I'm not doing so well because no one else is appreciating or saying what I'm doing is great." But you need to appreciate what you're doing yourself. You need to look at yourself and recognize that, "Hey, I did this today, but I couldn't do it yesterday. Wow, that's amazing." It's not because there's no Joanne here tonight. No, no Joanne here tonight. So Joanne, because Joanne did amazingly, and she, like Jean-Luc said, did it so quickly, and she's running marathons, and you guys started your weight loss journey together. It's her journey. Her life is not your life. The things that happen in her life might not be as difficult as what you've been going through in life. You might have lost someone in your family in the last year or an animal. You might have had some things happen to you that couldn't let you focus. Maybe you're taking care of family members. Maybe you're now the sole caregiver for someone and you can't take care of yourself at the moment because you're taking care of someone else. Does that mean that you're not, worthy or, shouldn't celebrate things you accomplish? No, you're still living your life every single day. Your challenges are different than other people. So you need to celebrate the fact that you're going through these challenges.
Yes.
It's not just, I walked 20 minutes today. It's not I only walked 20 minutes today. It's I walked 20 minutes today. It's not I only did 2 squats today because I went to help out my dad with something that he needed help with. No, it's wow, I did 2 squats today and I went to
Exactly.
take care of my dad today and did all this other stuff at the same time.
That's exactly. It's almost like when we, you know what? Treat your journey like an improv game.
Like, even if all you did this week was go to work every day, 9 to 5, you got through work at the end of on Friday at 5, say,
I
"Wow, I'm
ma-
so proud of myself for getting through work 5 days
five
this
days
week."
this week.
Just tell yourself you're proud of what you achieved
Even if it's stuff that you achieve
all the
regularly.
time, all the
Because if
time.
you don't recognize the things you achieve on a regular basis, the things that you struggle achieving to, you'll never recognize.
You won't
You'll
recognize
never
this side.
recognize it.
Yeah.
So recognize the things that you're already achieving and start breaking through with the things maybe you haven't yet to achieve. And I'm saying yet to achieve because guess what? If we put our minds to it, every single one of us can do anything we want. We are all powerful. We are all smart. We are all intelligent.
Measurable.
We are all, yes, we are all smart goals. SMART. I didn't even realize I was going that way, but yeah. But still, so we really hope you got something from today's lesson, today's session lesson. We're not
Lesson.
really teaching you anything. We're just blah blah blahing because we like
It
to
it
blah blah
it's something
humana.
it's something for us that we talk about a lot, and you'll see a lot of topics for Kickstarter for the next going forward. It's gonna be a lot of us just chatting together about something, asking questions, making you guys think about things because we've talked about these topics for years now. If you guys see on the dashboard every day when you're doing your daily guide, you guys have seen there's a daily video every day. We've talked about so many things for the last 8 years almost.
It's been that
It's
long.
gonna be 8 years this year that we've been doing a YouTube channel. So 2026, it'll be 8 years that we
Eight
started.
years?
So we've been doing this for 8 years. We've talked about all this stuff for years.
And we're gonna keep talking about it.
And instead of now, you know, we're going to have discussions with you guys about these topics. We're not going to present them to you like, this is what celebration is. Celebration is you're going to celebrate yourself. Step 1, go do something. Step 2, complete it. Step 3, get the reward. Like we're not going to do that anymore. We did that years ago. We told you guys what perfection is. We talked to you guys about the 80-20. We've talked about all these topics. You'll see them still show up.
They're all going to always come back
always
because they're
gonna
part
come
of our life.
But we're never going to have our chats going forward. Are always going to be this kind of format. We're going to talk about a topic. It's always going to be a theme from the week, and it'll be a discussion with you guys. And then, when we end the Zoom room, we always talk to you guys a bit more about end the live feed. We stay with the Zoom room.
There's something here that I really like I want to read out because I think it's great, and it's a good way to segue into the next part of our show somewhat. It says, Allison posted in the chat here, she goes, sometimes by focusing on negativity or slash challenges, she forgets the goodness and joy in her life. And that is why writing it down is so helpful. So be grateful. You know what I mean? She's so grateful for actually writing things down daily. And that's so important, right? When you write things down, you see them, they become tangible to you almost.
Well, that's why tonight, like the whole point of this whole week's, theme and having you guys come back tonight and share and chat what you've accomplished is to make you realize by you writing it down tonight, you feel different than you did when you first came in tonight. When you first came in tonight, you probably were like, if you had a bad week or a bad weekend, some of you might have. We had a great weekend.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
We planned for Rustic Mama next year. Lots of fun stuff coming. Even an escape room, possibly. We're going to create an escape room. So lots of stuff happening with Rustic Mama next year. But yeah, we had a great weekend. Maybe you didn't. And maybe by coming in tonight, just writing down that one thing in chat that you achieved this week, you probably feel a bit better. So if you're going through that in emotions in the next few weeks, especially at this time of year, winter, the whole
holidays,
January is coming, this February, all those dark days. When that moment happens that you're feeling down at yourself because you feel you've not accomplished something, remember, look back at the 7 days before, write down something that you've done that makes you feel good, that you've achieved in the last 7 days. Yeah. Write it down and then focus on that and not on the negative or the bad stuff that's happening to you, because the world is negative, and it'll be negative as if you make it negative yourself.
Yeah.
You can't control the world. You have no way of controlling every other human being on this planet. There's no way you can do that. All you can control is yourself and your environment. So what do you do when you do that? Make yourself happy. Do the things that make you happy and that give you a smile every day.
As long as they're not hurting other people.
Yes, well, that's a given. That's a given. We don't support hurting people. That's not it's in the list of things when you sign up for Kickstarter. You can't hurt others.
Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally.
Yeah,
sometimes we don't do it on purpose though, right?
Yeah.
We do, as human beings, we hurt each other without even realizing we do. So please also be opening to those breakthroughs as well with people.
And Dee says she's been here for the whole time, so she's been following us for 8 years.
My goodness, Dee, it's been that long.
There's some people have been following us for a very long time.
Yeah.
We've been around for a long time. We've changed.
Oh, I remember the days when we were on YouTube.
Oh, remember we had no Zoom room?
No Zoom room. Oh my goodness, yeah.
The good old days were just all YouTube chat. That was all we had.
You know what though? I will say this: the Zoom room has been the best addition
for us.
Because you know what? Nothing, especially as a sign language interpreter, if I'm ever at an event and I have to interpret with no deaf people there, because there are some times where it's a public event where a deaf person could appear. It is so hard to interpret. It is one of the most challenging things. Same when you're on a TV show and you're filming and anything that you're filming towards an audience that
you guys are a live studio audience.
It's great to have a live studio audience because you know what's nothing better? Getting the emojis, getting the reactions.
Oh no, we'll say something to laugh
like oh yeah, okay, that one.
That joke worked. Okay, got mental note because something we're doing next year for Rustic Mama. We'll tell you guys. We are creating a 30-minute show. So Jean-Luc and I are going to be creating a 30-minute comedy show, a skit about how we joined Rustic Mama.
Why are there 2 gay men and an old woman's?
And so we are working on a show for Rustic Mama next year to explain how we showed up and how we met all the staff members, because there's all funny stories how we met each staff member.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to be sharing that. We're going to create a show around it. And so, first of all, that's something that scares the crap out of me because being in front of people doing that stuff. But you know what? I feel like this is a challenge we can do. And every time we try to do something, we've done it and then it's been well received. You know, every time we try to do something like, "Well, people like this," and then we say,
And
"Let's try it anyways."
but you know what it is? I think that's what we
Self-esteem issues.
were people that's
Self-doubt.
people pleasers,
Yeah.
right? We never want people to be upset, hurt, or angry, right? So we try to make sure that people are we all do this. I'm not saying just Nick and I. I'm looking at everybody in the Zoom room right now. We are all what we our own type of people pleaser in certain ways. But you need to please yourself sometimes too. So, on that note,
So a few announcements for what's coming up this week.
yes,
So this Tuesday, we have the wonderful Tracy Franklin joining us.
she's amazing.
She's a holistic premenopausal and menopause coach, GLP-1 coach, cancer coach, and founder of Transform Me Coaching. She's a 13-year cancer survivor. So she's going to come talk about menopause. So this has been a topic that we've had requested all the time, talking you from premenopause to in and menopause and then postmenopause. I don't know these topics. I'm a guy. Sorry, ladies. But she's coming to talk to you guys because we can't
We
talk.
let the experts
Yeah, we'll let the expert tell you guys.
talk to you about menopause.
We don't know.
Because in our own definition, we were like men on pause.
Ran on pause.
So where's the button?
Where's the button? How do you pause the men? We are Oh, it worked. We are off on there's no cooking show this week. So on November 20th, there's no cooking show, and there is no Sunday chat next week. We are actually at a Rustic Mama, the last one of the year. It's a Christmas crafting Rustic
And
Mama. So it's all about Christmas. And next
and
year,
unplugged, right? Is it?
yes, and
It's a
unplugged.
dual. It's a dual.
We talked to Jen about next year creating an actual Christmas Rustic Mama retreat. So like a full Christmas with carols and hot chocolate. I won't drink it, but you guys can. So we're working on all that. And so that's why we're not going to be here next Sunday. We're back on Tuesday, November 25th.
Yes, and the theme that week is we're going to be it's about stress and self-care and finding balance while you're busy, especially this
Right
time
now.
of year, because this is always the busy time. There's parties, there's this, there's events, there's just that Christmas holiday. I shouldn't say just Christmas, I apologize. It's
The holiday
the
season.
holiday season. That's a whole other ball game of weight that just gets added on to so many people's shoulders. And I'll be very honest, a lot of times it happens more to the women than the men. It does, and we know a lot of our members are women, and so you guys take on a lot of responsibilities, right? So let's talk about making sure we're finding time for ourselves in the busy times.
So thank you for spending your Sunday night with us, and thank you for sharing your breakthroughs.
Yes, just keep on pushing your limits. Just keep on celebrating your wins. Keep on recognizing those little things that you're actually doing. And don't forget to track.
Yeah, track today's stats before the night ends. We'll see you on Tuesday with Tracy. We are going to try to do step, but we're not promising anything. So we're not even talking about it anymore.
That's
It's the elephant in the room. The pink elephant in the room. It's right up here going like, stat. We'll see what happens. We're not promising anything. So we will see you soon. We will leave the Zoom room open for those of you in Zoom. For those of you on Facebook or YouTube, if you want to join us, just go to our website to join the Zoom room. We're going to keep chatting about your breakthroughs, and we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. What are you doing?
so sorry.